Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Westport Board of Health, May 1st, 2023 meeting, which I am calling to order with a couple of announcements. Under Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20F, this meeting is being recorded. And please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we are going to move first to the written report from our esteemed director. Any questions on that? Joe was on vacation, so we didn't have a report from him. Otherwise, nothing stood out for me.
I don't have any questions.
Okay, so we'll turn now to your oral update, verbal update.
All right. Just pump reports, everything looked good. Nothing to report there. Directors approved plans. We have 44 Heritage Drive for Warren Messier on a 26,274 square foot lot. That's new construction, 3 bedrooms, using a stone bed and a singular, and it's been Concom reviewed.
So that's a D9 singular.
It's a D90, it's a 960 DN system.
Okay.
This one here, because of the lot size, probably should get a deed restriction. Even though it's new construction, it's a older approved lot.
Okay.
Then we have an emergency repair for 80A Cummings Lane for John Wilkins. 2 bedrooms, and they're just replacing the stone bed. The system's not that old. It was put in, I think, maybe in 2015, but for whatever reason it failed, so they're just replacing it. And that one's going to require a 2-bedroom deed restriction, and it's been Concom reviewed. It's 1702 H Drift Road. Just trying to. I'm not sure what the reference is. The applicant's name is here.
Probably some sort of.
Yeah, it's in a trust. Yeah.
It's a trust.
So it's in the trust. Far R Trust maybe. 41,500 square foot lot, new construction, 4 bedrooms using a Geomat and an Advantex system, and it's been Concom reviewed. Then we have an increase in flow system being installed, 3 to 4 bedrooms on 1489 Main Road on a 113,256 square foot lot. For John Pinkleton, and it's been Concom reviewed.
Okay, and these all, so 2 deed restrictions and 3 of them require total nitrogen testing, correct?
That's it for director approved plans.
But 3 out of the 4, the Heritage Drive, Drift Road, and Main Road all will require total nitrogen testing, correct? Because they're new construction.
Yes.
Just checking. Okay, any questions on any of those?
No. So I move that we approve the director approved plans, and with at 44 Heritage Drive with a 3-bedroom deed restriction and total nitrogen testing, and 80A Cummings Lane with a 2-bedroom deed restriction. 1702 H Drift Road with total nitrogen testing, and the 1489 Main Road also with total nitrogen testing to be done.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. That's unanimous. Okay, thank you.
Okay, moving on to animal control's been, Nick's been pretty busy, putting in quite a few hours to keep up with things. But he's doing a great job, and hopefully after town meeting, we can proceed forward with advertising for the part-time position. Nick will be on vacation Friday, he starts his vacation, and he'll be gone for a week. So he comes back on the 12th. I'm sorry, he comes back on the 13th and 14th, which will be on an on-call basis only. We have a memo that's gonna be going out to the police department this week to inform them that there will be no coverage from our animal control officer, but if there's an extreme emergency, they can reach out to Dartmouth or New Bedford Animal Control, and, we've gotten verbal acknowledgement that they'll be able to assist in an extreme emergency, so.
Okay, can you make sure that's copied to the town administrator or something?
Oh, yeah, I plan on it.
Alrighty,
Okay, and, transfer station. Tibbs on vacation, we were kinda short-handed on Sunday, and, so I had somebody lined up for Sunday, weeks in advance, but then they canceled last minute. So I ended up, calling the highway department, they sent somebody over on Sunday to help us out, which worked out great, so thanks to the highway department for bailing us out, so we didn't have to close the operation on Sunday. But it's been extremely busy there, a lot of activity, the dumpsters are getting full quick, so we're just kinda moving them in and out as best we can.
and today is the first day of the new.
Yep. Today's May 1st, and the sticker fee increases take effect today. FY '24 stickers are being sold today for the next fiscal year. It's on our webpage, it's posted on signs all over town. I think we even did a press release. So, if you're not aware of it, please take a look in those locations to get the specifics. We did update the big sign on at the entrance to the transfer station with the new prices, first thing before the transfer station opened this morning, so they reflect all the new fees.
Excellent job. Okay, any questions, anything on that? Okay. Then we'll come to the minutes of April 18th. Questions or comments on those?
None from me, so I move that we approve the minutes for April 18th with amendments of 2023.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous, thank you. Okay, moving on to other business, we have Tier 3 renewal for, this is beach testing for Cherry and Webb Beach, East Beach, and Town Beach. You have the information, the application. I'll turn it to Matt to explain the details.
Yeah, so when beaches who are on the testing program get 3 years of good samples and then a clean sanitary survey, they can now apply to have for relief from the weekly testing to once per month for 4 years. So these 3 beaches have demonstrated good samples in 3 years and all have good sanitary surveys, so they are allowed per the state regulations to move into this once a month for 4-year testing rather than weekly, which is helpful to us, that we don't have to go out and do as much beach testing, every week.
Joe will be happy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and it saves the town money presumably. Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve the Tier 3 renewal for Cherry and Webb Beach, East Beach, and Town Beach.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous, okay, thank you. So item number 2, we sort of talked about in the context of our cesspool discussion in our working meeting, and we are, while we endorse the septic credit, proposed septic credit to $12,000, there's questions about exactly what, there's still more information we need to find out. So I think I would suggest we pass over this and bring it back to the meeting of the 15th. Unless you want to talk about it more at this point. I think we kind
No.
of, so we just make a note to put that on the agenda.
Yeah, I'm all for helping people financially if they can get a tax credit.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and if there's any other ways, we can support, like lowering the, interest rate on the septic loans, anything we can do to
Mhm.
support, homeowners who need to, upgrade their septic systems or cesspools. I think we definitely want to endorse that. We just need to find more information on the governor's proposed, septic credit plan. So we'll pass over that, and we'll move on to our board member updates. We'll start with
We're going to
Miss
start to
May
say,
Mental Health Awareness Month.
that's right. So I'm going to just read some of what I had put into the shorelines.
Okay.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and once again, the Board of Health will sponsor events that educate our community about this important public health issue. We can move forward together for mental health by increasing our understanding of some of the challenges experienced by our youth, families, and ourselves. It is an opportunity to learn how to provide support and access help when needed. On May 8th, I will be presenting Helping and Supporting Youth Mental Health First Aid, along with 3 Westport Middle High School adjustment counselors, Mary Jo Medeiros, Jennifer Borelli, and Sean Thomas. I'll have a special guest, Marissa De Silva, who's a student from Dartmouth Middle School. And this important event will address ways to recognize and respond to youth when they experience an emotional challenge. On May 16th, promoting parents and infant emotional well-being, perinatal and postpartum support will be presented by pediatrician and Westport resident, Dr. Michael Yagman. He's the former chair of the Massachusetts Child Mental Health Task Force and gubernatorial appointee to the Massachusetts Postpartum Depression Commission, and we are so lucky to have him speaking. He will also be joined by the director of the Cape and Islands Maternal Depression Task Force, Kerry McCarthy, who will share local resources to support mothers experiencing postpartum anxiety and depression. The first event for Helping and Supporting Youth is open to middle and high school students as well as adults. The one on May 16th is open to adults. Both of them will be at the new middle high school in the auditorium on 400 Old County Road, beginning at 6:30 p.m. That's the events on the 8th and the 16th. And the event on the 13th, the director of the Heron Center for the Human Spirit, Jessica Howard, will join me as we present Stress Less. I need it. I think I'm the one who needs it more than I need to be doing it. Managing self and self-care. There will be an open discussion about managing stress, and Jessica will guide participants through a practice of meditation and gentle yoga. This is open and free to all adults and teens. It will be in the Town Hall Annex Gym from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on May 13th. The part of the process of understanding the importance of mental health awareness is that early intervention is key in preventing a mental health crisis or a tragedy. All these events are meant to educate and increase awareness of emotional challenges others and us may be facing. It is an opportunity for open discussion regarding mental health issues and concerns and a way to promote emotional well-being. The Board of Health welcomes all of you to join us in our continued efforts to help promote a healthy Westport community. And I want to do an addendum to that because separate from what the Board of Health is sponsoring, the elementary school is doing a whole series of events at school will be led by Teresa Pacheco. And her message, she's even teaching them sign language and how to communicate with people who are hearing impaired. And the message is always about being accepting of self and others and about being kind towards others. So again, I thank her efforts doing this separately from what we're doing and promoting emotional well-being through the social emotional learning program at the elementary school.
Thank you very much. I know you've worked really hard on programming for this month, and look forward to hearing how everything goes.
Yes, thank you. And I will say that the press release and the information, the flyers that have been shared in the community, the biggest response I've gotten so far is for the one on the 16th with Dr. Yagman. I'm getting responses from all over the state for his part. So, and also for Carrie, who's well known in the maternal child community. So hopefully, I'm hoping that's going to be really well attended.
Yeah. I know Matt shared that with our partner communities in our South Coast Public Health Collaborative as well. And so, anything you can do to get the word out would be great.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you very much.
If you need that, then I'll get it to you.
after tomorrow, so Wednesday or Thursday, if you want to sign, digital sign to reflect any type of message, and you want it somewhere else in town, on the town property or something, just let me know, we'll program it and move it.
Okay.
This is a pretty good spot right here.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can just take from, I know that Nancy posted the information on our website. You just take whatever you can out of that for the first one on Monday. In fact, they were supposed to, the school department had done a flyer and was going to post it, and I didn't see it yet, so I contacted them this morning, and I sent my flyer, and they posted it right away. So, anyway, after the town meeting, yeah, if you can just post something about the event on the 8th, and then we'll go from there.
Sure.
Or maybe that would be a good one to put like near like the library or in front of the school, because it's.
Are we
targeted
able to
towards-
do that?
I don't know. The
I could
town
ask, but I
library.
didn't mean.
You have to ask. They have a marquee at the school that
I
they
know,
could
that's-
do it. And I know, and I don't think they did it last year when I asked them to. They may have forgotten. But wherever we could post it. The one on the 8th for the schools, yeah. I actually sent the flyers to Teresa Pacheco at the elementary school so she could share it with the parents that are there. But it's really not geared, the presentation is not geared towards elementary school kids. That's a specialty area. And so adolescents are one that I feel confident and comfortable addressing, but I would need to have specialists working with kids to come and present at that one. So right now it's just open to the middle school, but I did share it with her as well, and hopefully some of the teachers there will come.
Should get the town moderator to mention
How can I do that?
it to your town meeting.
Do you have any way of making that happen,
Well,
Phil?
think about it.
I
There's-
have to respond, he emailed me about the motions, so,
Yeah.
I'll ask him I'll send him the flyers and say, is it possible to announce these events?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll ask. He's
Yeah.
generally.
There's just so much to talk about on the agenda, though, so.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Well, the stress less one should be.
That's right.
Everybody's gonna need it after the town meeting,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, great, thank you. Phil, anything else?
Well, besides the stuff that, we talked about already, my, various, factual investigations, I am starting to put together the information that I'll need to work on the fertilizer newsletter, which I haven't forgotten, but since I know,
Yeah.
very little about it, I had to, do research on it.
I did
and
bring my folder of
So,
whatever I had on fertilizer, so I'll give that,
so anyway, so that's
I can
what
share that with you
Okay.
in case there's anything that you
Yeah.
haven't already discovered.
Yeah, yeah.
I will, okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's it. That's
Okay.
it.
Just, we have gotten, a complaint, I can't, we need to address it, at a, regularly posted meeting, so I'm gonna put it on the agenda for the 15th, and that is, an issue around biosolids and disposal without proper permitting and stuff going on, so, I know that you have contacts at DEP that might be helpful there, so,
Sure.
it has, so to speak, bubbled up more than once now, and seems to be an issue that we haven't been able to address successfully at the local level.
Well, Chris has been sending letters to somebody named Gary on the state level, right? You guys at the Concom should be, I don't know if Chris has brought this before you guys, but he's been working for months on trying to get this stopped because they're filling in the wetlands with these
Oh,
sludges.
So I'm cognizant of, of that, and, well, there was the Gary that comes to mind, because now you say it, is someone who was, kind of a senior person in the wetlands, section there, but he's since retired, I believe, so it may have gotten passed on to somebody else. But I do know that Chris has been having a pitched battle with somebody who is operating on the premise that because it's agricultural land, he can do anything, but that's not the way the regulations work. So, but he hasn't been getting the message, and I think that they've sought intervention from DEP.
Yeah.
Who has the authority to assess fines and do things that are much more complicated.
I think he said he was gonna reach out to Mark Dakers, maybe, does that make sense?
Well, because it's also, it's kind of illegal solid waste disposal, or, essentially creating a dump without the permitting process that actually comes through us, to site aside a waste disposal facility.
Okay, well, I will bring it back, to formally put on the agenda. I just got a complaint today, so, we'll share information on that and see if we can move forward on that in some more effective way than has been happening. Okay, any other, so we have a couple of topics for the next regular meeting we just discussed. Any other topics for the next regular meeting? Anybody have anything?
The general, just,
We'll probably be able to report back on the outcome of all the
Right, so
tax
that,
credit. things
yeah,
and
that's,
Yeah, yeah.
I have that,
So-
and I have the biosolids.
And,
Okay, anything
maybe
else?
I
the
can't
other
think of
one
anything.
will be up with
the holiday schedule, so May 29th is
Uh-huh.
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we will, need to figure out, what exactly we're gonna, meet.
okay.
it.
All right,
I could say that, the 30th and 31st are not good for me to meet because I'll be at training all day and until 5 o'clock, and then by the time I would make it back here, it'll be 5:30, so maybe just a suggestion when we talk about it, would be June 1st to make up that meeting for that week, and that's a Thursday.
all right.
If we even need to make it up, we'll just have to see what's on the agenda.
Okay, so, so those are 3 agenda items for the next meeting. Anything else not anticipated within 48 hours in advance of this meeting that we need to? Nothing comes to mind.
All right, a lot comes to mind, but we'll save it for another agenda.
Nothing urgent. And we've covered, the town meeting stuff already at our working meeting. So, we're, I think, close enough to 4:30. We kind of stretched the clock, to call the, hearing.
This is just a small setback variance anyway.
Right, for 770 Main Road, Westport Village Commons, commercial repair, for 1,368 gallons per day, using an infiltrated quick 4 SAS on 7.06 acres, and I'm assuming that means all 3 lots are combined.
Yeah, it's all combined.
Well, in the assessment itself, but
Yeah, yeah.
just check.
I gotta raise this chair as high as normal.
Oh, because you're, maybe, we're gonna, coronation's coming up.
Yeah,
That's
there
it.
you go. Yeah.
Okay, Len Potter is representing, and I will turn to him for his presentation.
Okay, Len Potter, Westport Environmental. Here for Westport Village Commons, septic system repair replacement. And this is for the line of buildings running east and west, starting at the Westport Pizza and Stacy Cakes and running all the way down to the far end of the building. And it also takes the effluent from, which is Westport Cotton. Westport Cotton on the main deck flows into the restaurant. But the basement, which was a veterinarian's clinic at one time, and the new owner's using that as his office space, runs into a 1,000-gallon tank and into it isn't a cesspool, it's a beehive. So this system will take care of all the sewage coming out of the main building, plus the basement of Westport Cotton, which is used as an office.
Okay.
And that'll be pumped up to the D-box for this new system. Matt and I sat down a while back and we come up with a flow of 1,344 gallons a day for that complex and the one down below. So we need a 3,000-gallon tank, which is shown, and a 1,000-gallon grease trap for the pizza parlor and Stacy Cakes. And the grease trap will flow into the 3,000-gallon tank, then on into the distribution box. The system is quite large, as you can see. It is 10 feet from the property lines, which are staked out in the field. It's outside the zone 1 of the well. The well's located way down in the wetlands area, and the setback for that, the zone 1's 180 feet per the state. So we're well beyond that, and the variance that I need is to be 9 feet from the basement wall of that office Westport Cotton building, and then I can make the system fully 100%. The system is 92 feet, 97 feet? 97 feet away from the wetlands, which was approved by conservation, and the slope to contain the effluent is 82 feet from that wetlands line. So I'm outside all the necessary parameters, except in order to make 100% of the required flow, I have to ask for a variance to be less than 20 feet from that basement wall. And we'll use a double sheet of PVC barrier. The perk test is very deep, as you can see, it's 8 feet in the ground. That area was all filled in. My soil log is on the second page, I guess. Yeah, there's about 50, almost 5 feet of fill back there. So, and we perked at 98 inches. So that's what we have to do. I have no choice. It's been a long process, but I think we finally got it figured out.
Okay. Turn next to Matt for his report and comments, and then we'll open it up for questions.
This is squeezed into a small section, right? Glenn, you didn't have a whole lot of room, so
No.
I don't have any comments on the design. I think this is, best as you're gonna be able to do to upgrade that system where it is.
Okay, so I just had a question in terms of figuring out the flow. If any of these properties or tenants turn over, is there sort of enough wiggle, enough capacity if they come in with a higher usage or something?
Most of virtually everything but the pizza parlor and Stacy Cakes is non-food. They're all dry goods stores.
Yeah.
The well is okay for 3,600 gallons a day. I think it's 3,600. And you couldn't put another food establishment in that.
Okay.
And the pizza parlor itself, they're using paper plates and, wrapping sandwiches. It's not like they're washing dishes.
Right, yeah.
So there are, I forget now, 17 seats, I think. And we figured 35 gallons per seat per day, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if somebody were to come in and, you know, turn over one of the empty spaces and wanna put a coffee shop in with pastries, we'd have to take a look and we wouldn't be able to approve it because the
Right.
system really can't be expanded to include that much increase in flow.
Okay, so just as, then the homeowner, property owner is sort of aware of the constraints.
Right.
Okay, I don't wanna, surprise us
Well, they
down the
talked
road.
about adding on to the restaurant, and even that is limited because they could add another, I think, 15 seats or so. But the constraint is the well. The well is approved by the state for 3,600 gallons a day.
Mhm.
So when you take this off this and what the seats are in the restaurant now, there's not much you can do.
Okay.
The restaurant septic system is different than the one he's upgrading.
Right.
It's a
That's
separate
on
one.
the, that's on the
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
north side.
Mhm. Yep,
And
I
that
got
did pass Title V, needs a D-box replacement. So
You
that-
come in for that?
Okay, so it's a separate system.
it's a separate system.
Okay, got it.
Okay, any other questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay,
All right, so I move that we approve the plan for 770 Main Road, Westport Village Commons, dated 3/17/23, for commercial repair, with the variance of the distance between the system to, the distance between the tank and system to the basement. Is it the
it's
system?
not the tank,
It's not the tank, it's the
field.
SAS, to the basement wall of 9 feet rather than 20-foot requirement. With the following conditions, would we have a hold harmless on this?
Yeah, anytime we issue
Yeah.
a local upgrade approval, we need a hold harmless.
Yes. I don't think there are any other conditions, because we have Concom review.
Yeah, we get Concom approval, I don't think there's any other conditions, so.
So I'll second it.
A motion made and seconded to approve the project at, for Westport Village Commons at 770, 780, Main Road. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. Thank you, Mr. Parker.
But they will need a hold harmless, you say.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wish I could stay longer, but
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
I'll be back, I'm sure.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't seen the end of you.
Well, we kind of are now.
Okay. That was all the business for
So-
the day.
Is it for the day? Okay, so I move that we adjourn this meeting at 4:37 PM.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yo.
Aye. That's unanimous. Thank you.